Yo, what's up YouTube? SplitTheGamer here. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the state of Call of Duty esports. Obviously, as you can see from the title, it's, EP1, episode 1. So it's going to be a series of me coming in, addressing things. I don't want to say it's a news week thing or it's a news type deal, because it's not. It's just me sitting down talking about the state of Call of Duty esports, whether it's on the professional, semi-professional, or amateur level. And obviously, since it's episode 1 and it's the most prevalent, and it's actually probably I can say, yeah, it's the bracket that I'm in, which we're gonna discuss today. Is gonna be the amateur level. And today, really, I'm not gonna be focusing too much on like gameplay aspects, on if you're an amateur player then you need to do this and this. No, I'm talking about the mindset and that's probably the big thing. I ain't gonna say anything else. The mindset of an amateur player, and like what needs to be there, what needs to be present for you to make sure that you're getting to where you want to be. Also too, this is not gonna be like a cutcom or a super high, I don't want to say high quality, but it's not gonna be a super thing where it's like I'm making crazy edits and this and this. There's like basic gameplay I think in the background. It's probably it's either my STG gameplay in World War II or my Type 100, whichever one, or it might even be both. But yeah, so without too much talking, let's just get down into it. First things first, as an amateur player, and in the state of Call of Duty we are as of right now, this is really, this is a good age to be trying to come up as an amateur player. Because I remember, like I said, years ago, back in Black Ops 3, back in Modern Warfare 2, like the far back times, if you was just starting out, it was kind of hard in a way, you could probably say, because so many people was like discovering this new thing, and it was like the trends wasn't really set on competitiveness, it was really just on content creation wise. But since it's World War II, 2017, amateur time, and it's like the golden age for amateurs right now. I see so many guys growing up around me in my circle who's like blowing up, or they're joining orgs, or they're and even orgs. There's serious amateur orgs that are on the rise. Simple plug, Ascendancy Esports. But yeah, so first things first, I want to say the race to the top is going to be the first topic that we discuss today. As an amateur player, we all should know that it is not a sprint, it's a marathon. As an amateur player, you really should not be stressing or sweating every single day because you didn't win the 2K tournament. You didn't win you can't find a team for the $100,000 tournament. You can't, chill. Words of advice from a amateur competitor, from an org owner, from a gamer, from a YouTuber, whatever. Chill. Relax. You need to just step back, take a deep breath, and really assess on what's really going on for you. Because like I said, the emphasis on the CWL, that's news, that's hype, that's cool, but as an amateur player, you gotta focus on crushing your circle, crush who's around you as of right now. The goal is to be, because I was like seeing so many guys like playing, and I don't want to say growing up with, but in a way, yeah, growing up with so many players and watching them mimic these pro players. Not to throw names out there, but you got your guys, you want to be Scumpies, you got your want to be Attaches, you got your your Clays, you got all these type of people. We don't that's not. I'm not saying you can't aspire to be those people, but it's a good time to really figure out who you are as a player. The mental aspect, discover who you are. Don't just play sub role because you think so and so is good at subs. Man, play sub role if you are good at subs. It will help you in the long run, and it'll help your teammates, because your teammates aren't gonna worry about somebody who's pretending to be something and not really all that good. Damn, that was a mouthful. Moving on. Just like I said, the emphasis on the CWL, chill, because there's so many smaller tournament hosters and like lower level ladders that you can enter to prove that you're a thing, to prove your relevance. There's so much. I know, like, as in tournament hosters, I know a lot of people this year is focusing on traveling with LANs and everything else. ETG, probably #1 major LAN hoster for amateur players, the ETG. Alright, check them out. Check out NJ Rod. There's a lot of people, you know, focusing on traveling there. There's a whole bunch of smaller esports hubs that are, you know, hosting those small LAN tournaments for you to make a name for yourself, not only on Twitter, but just like in the Call of Duty communion. What the hell? Call of Duty community in general. So yeah, you can focus on that. Not even just that. If you're really serious and you don't know about, you know, trying to really become an amateur pro player, like I said, if you're 18, you can compete in pro points and, you know, qualify. That will help you qualify for certain events in the Call of Duty community. Not only just that, there's online tournaments that you can join that are specifically just for amateur players. All of this information, if it's new to you, that's great. If it's not new to you, that's great, because, you know, like I said, the mental aspect should motivate you. This is a video and a video series to motivate everyone. I want to see everyone succeed. I want to see, you know, my brand, of course, Ascendancy Esports, succeed. I want to see us amateurs, you know, grow and become semi-professional pro, because I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it's kind of like real life, taking it, you know, breaking it down into real life. It's turned into a high class wealthy people, and then the, you know, the amateur just boring people. Like the semi-professional bracket is slowly thinning year by year, and I'm watching it happen. So I'm just saying, if y'all want to rise as amateur players, we need to step up. As a community, we need to step up, start supporting our end of things. You see what I'm saying? The balance, we need to add balance to everything that's going on. But yeah, bringing it back to like lower ladders that you can compete as an amateur player, you can do things like those. Also, like I said, since we're talking about the mental, you know, the mental game about this, the #1 aspect of your mental game as like a amateur player, you should be focused mainly on your consistency. Improve on your consistency as a teammate, as a player, as a just everyday life. You need to be consistent, and as many times as you practice, as many times as you compete, as many times, like when they say practice makes perfect, you know, perfect can't be achieved, but shoot, you can sure as hell try. You know, however close as you are to perfect is probably the, you know, close. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Scratch that out. But like I said, this ain't no cut con. We ain't gonna be doing that. We're gonna roll on. But like what I'm trying to say is, you need to really focus on your consistency as a player. That's all I'm saying. Train. A lot of you guys like to play zombies. As much as you train zombies, you need to train yourself when it comes down to the amateur leagues. Alright? We're not even just talking about amateur players in this go around. We're going to start talking to, like, you know, like I said, I'm an org owner myself. Speaking to other org owners. As an amateur org owner, we all need to become consistent. We all need to, you know, we step up. You know, step up. Staff members, step up. Content creators, step up. Competitors, step up. Alright? The state of Call of Duty esports for amateurs, we're slacking. Alright, it's becoming toxic. I see it on Twitter every single day. It's becoming toxic. We're becoming toxic, guys, okay? Another thing too, like I said, consistency is one. Then you find a team. Once you become prevalent and you become like, you know, you become content with yourself, and you're like, I'm a consistent player. I can play 5 days out the week. I'm consistent. You know, I'm here. Then you go look for a team. Then you go try to either build a team or look for a team. I'll make a whole nother video about building and creating teams, you know, within itself, because that's a whole that's a you gotta really put some pieces together. You can't just be like, hey, you know, Dark Knight 10180 and Flunker 501, let's make a team. We're gonna go crush some team of 3 tournaments. No, you ain't gonna get nowhere if you don't have no chemistry. You don't have, that's a whole other thing. All right, but let's just hypothetically speaking, once you find a team, right, boom, you're gonna move on, and then you're gonna want to, you know, become interested in the org. Amateur orgs, if you want to, you know, they can support you, they can build you, they can, you know, you can grow with them. Another shameless plug, Ascendancy Esports, you know, we're out here, we're growing with many players. I mean, shoot, since January, since I purchased this org back in January, we've really grown. Yeah, shout out to Ascendancy Esports. But that's what I was saying. Once you become consistent, once you find a team, then you're gonna want to find an org. After you find an org, all I can say is you just take it back to step #1. Become consistent. You know, grind. The grind is everything, guys. You gotta, as an amateur player, you gotta want it more than any other person out there. And I'm telling you now, that is gonna be difficult. That is gonna be one of the hardest things you can ever do, to hold that mind state. But words of advice, if you don't know how to hold that mind state, I just need you to sit back and think that the next 10 guys in the room are trying to take your spot. The next 10 guys in the room are trying to keep you down. You can't allow them to keep you down. You have a team to look up to. You have an org to hold. You have yourself to, you need to grow. In order for you to grow, you can't stay boxed. So just as an org owner, as a player, as a YouTuber, as a commentator, as just in general, from me to you, STG to any of the, amateur pro players out there, please take the words that I've said today as, advice, as motivation, as a wake-up call. I'm just letting everybody know, this is what you need to do as an amateur player to start off. All right. I don't intend for these videos to be too long, but hey, it got to be about 11 minutes, 12 minutes. So what? Who's looking at the same time? Damn. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. Share this video with your family, friends, not strangers, because there are all types of dangers. Have a great day, guys, and be on the lookout for episode 2. We're gonna be addressing the semi-professional level. Peace. We're doing this, we're doing this. What's up, guys? SplitTheGamer here.